Hello, all of you. I hope all of you are doing fine. Today, we are going to learn about Two Gentlemen of Verona. This is written by A.J. Cronin. Now, Verona is a place in Italy. Then, what does gentleman mean? If we look at our dictionary, we can see that gentleman can be a polite or formal way of referring to a man, or we can also say a chivalrous, courteous, or honorable man. Okay, so that means they are well behaved and they are behaving like what a true gentleman has to behave. Like we can say a man who is polite and behave well towards people. So this is what we call as gentleman. So are you a gentleman? When we say gentleman, it does not always mean for, it does not always refer to a male. It also refers to a female. Are we polite? Are we cautious? Do we behave well? Okay, so let's find out what the story is all about. In our introduction, this is written: a war showcases the worst of humankind, yet some people display values of kindness, compassion, selflessness, and strong will to restore our faith in humanity. Inge omzia kanti chuanin indona kanti hianin mishing nun shimshimai chuan indona kanti hianin mishinga swalna zong zong thalo zong zong hai lang to ni to me ni ma se ti chung hian indona a po hian then khat chu mi chunga that na te khongai na te in ngai thlom na te tumru na te nei hian om tlet me ni chu ti chuan mishinga po rin na te na thin om ve tlet me a indona chu arap thak ti ro arap thak em me a nun na kan chan trewa ram economy po tla chia a tu lo pui ya paisa tam takarala tam tak fasha an nia tam tak nei thai an lo ni boka tam tak piang swal an lo ni boka arap thak em me a indo na hi chu arap thak ani ma se chu ti chung chuanin i khatiang thilra tak kara po kan then khat chu fel tak mai hian omani chu tiang ang chan chin chu voina hianin kan zir don ani. Now this is a picture of Verona. Okay, this is a story that is narrated by a man. Actually, A.J. Cronin is the author, but he might not be the narrator here. Okay, narrator kan ti chuanin ma ni chan chin soi ziak hi ma. So here he says, as we drove through the foothills of the Alps, two boys stopped us on the outskirts of Verona. They were selling wild strawberries at Yani. Hey, outskirts of Verona ni ta ti chuanin lai han mi pano pang lem kan zong thina har khop me ta an pakhat te kan huwa strawberry tak pe chu alang chiang mang lawa ma se thei zwar ani Verona cotton tira khanin NICOLA le JACOPO an ti hi an omani. Okay, so NICOLA le JACOPO ania ma se atira chuan he hin rong sai lo na hina omzia chuanin I he mi te pahnih hi hmeichhia leh mipa an ni a narrator hi chuan pui ani ni tourist ang deuh an ni chu Verona khan ron tlaw dawna ti chuan khatia an han strawberry an han hlei sak tur kha an driver khanin lei kha a phal lo thlak mai ni a chan chai ta hian an tin nge in describe ti chuanin Verona thei thazawk in nei nge anga te ani chu Heta hianin an in zeitan te po so ya. He shrugged his shoulders to convey his disapproval of their shabby appearances. One boy had on a worn jersey and cut-off khaki pants, the other a shortened army tunic, gathered in loose folds about his skinny frame. Yet gazing at the two little figures, with their brown skins, tangled hair, and dark, earnest eyes, we felt ourselves strangely attracted. Many kaka hemi te pani an hua an description ni mo to khaki pants ten ha arm pakatin army tunics te ha an cher em ya mase an han ena an bunte to brown color ni ya kita me kanan enti te kha an shethiama an samte chu por pheng phunga chu hang chanin he mi te kha eng mot tak mai khanin I an attracted mai ni chu. My companion spoke to the boys and discovered that they were brothers. Okay, uh, Nicola, the elder, was 13, so Nicola is 13 years old. Okay, and Jacopo, who barely came up to the door handle of the car, was nearly 12. We bought their biggest basket and then set off towards the town. So these are the two guys, okay? One is Nicola. Nicola is the elder one. He is 13 years old, and Jacopo is 12, okay? And as the narrator has described, they were shabbily dressed. Their hairs were all in shambles, and the clothes that they wore also were very loose, okay? And their skin also was brown. So that is the first time that this narrator met these two brothers, and that is also the description of them. Then Nicola and Jacopo, the next morning, this is what this narrator saw. Okay, coming out of our hotel, we saw our friends bent over shoeshine boxes beside the fountain in the public square, doing a brisk business. Tichuanin Nicola le Jacopa ka ni pheko kha an lo no tle mol mai ni chu tichuanin kan en danga tichuanin akina chuanin an shoe polish te khan han ha chon lai khanin an ron hoya an ron nui ver ara tichuan ti hana akitani a narrator khan I thought you pick fruits for a living ateni oh in ezonnan khan thein zuar mokatia ateni tichuan Nicola le Jacopo chuanin thil tam tak kan ti lom chang chuanin he kan town Verona town te po hi local thin te ho hi visitors ho te hi kan hmu kwala Juliet's tomb te le mundang tran hi kan hmu kwal thin alom ti chuan chu te an ti be le chuan narrator khan chu te ani chuan ke ni po min hruai ve ru atita khatia khami te unaw nan hruai ta ka khanin he mi te unaw mi zia kha makati mai ni chu no pangte an nia thil tam taka chuan ma se Jacopo kha an en kha squirrel kha te khin ni chu Nicola ve thong chu anui var renga ma se he mi pano pangte pani hi mi pano pangte an ni ma se I an hmel han chuan mi pano pang hmel an lai khanin an mit mengte an en khan le an om dan te en khanin an kumphu lo khanin an serious ani ti kha heta ni chu ti chuanin he mi Nicola le Jacopa kha he a narrator te Veronan om chung khan an tangkai te em mai ni chu they proved extremely useful to us if we wanted a pack of American cigarettes or seats for the opera or the name of a good restaurant. Nicola and Jacopa could be relied upon to satisfy our needs. And what struck one most was their willingness to work. During these summer days under the hot sun, they shined shoes, sold fruit, hawked newspaper, conducted tourists round the town, and ran errands at the many. And boy mo mea and mamo apia ka anti saka American Secret and mamo len lay saka opera sitan to le sitan lo ba ho saka restaurant thade an to le atha te kan lo shila eng kimahan an mamo kan NICOLA le JACOPO ka an rin thei mai ni chuanin ma ati ta ka chu narrator khanin ma ati mai chu na tho kha an she nya lo kha ma ka ti mai ni khang summer ni lum ni sa sen hwaya khan a chang le phekok mi phekok kan not fa ya a chang le theian zuara a chang le chanchin bu an zuar poka chu chu po chu ni loka tourist ho te po mun shan shana khan an swaya mi ma mo zong khan ti ni chu ti chuan tum khat chu zan khat chu ti te ang khwa thli thobo vuka chuan khalai square kha tu ma hen om lawa ti chuanin khalai mi kalna pavement stone pavement ta khan NICOLA te naw kha chanchin pu la shan lo enga mo zat ni khanin an ta ni chu i JACOPO chu a u NICOLA dara chuanin a lu lo mata a lo mu hil por me chu ta po chuan zan lai ani tip to mai ni chu ma zan lai ni tip to mai ni chu ti chuanin na narrator khan ma ka tiu to enga ti nge tun ang tlai lu to ka ti ti in oma atiani ti chuanin NICOLA chuanin padua tanga bus local tu pen kan nga ka ni ti chuanin bus chu lo then hona chuan tu na kan newspaper shal tur zong he kan shal tu na ni ti ta ni chu ti chuanin ama ka ti narrator khan ti a ha hian in thok tur ani moni le ti khan azot hian ani ma se NICOLA le JACOPO te kha chuanin kan phun reng lo eng ma se sel tur kan nei lo ve ka pu an ti ta ni mo and so the next morning when I went over to the fountain to have my shoes shined, I said, NICOLA, the way you and JACOPO work, you must earn quite a bit. You spend nothing on clothes, you eat little enough. When I see you have a meal, it's usually black bread and figs. Tell me, what do you do with your money? Tóc mình rồi, nãy khăn thọc hạ em bốc xía, bởi sao bốc ha, ăn khổ chứ, tôi khăn là riêng anh ấy rồi, chú vàng chọn in thil ấy các mũ reng in bread lệ, hay là black fig kan ti thấy bụi, here đều thôi hi in ấy các mũ xía, bởi sao thế hi in ta nghe in ti lệ, thế này mà, cho tên NICOLA, upa zo kan zo, cho NICOLA chú mai kha dang sup me kha tian zo ve le khanin leilam en khanin kha tia zo rang lai khanin he narrator hianin America pem torin poisa in colony tian chu ti chuan sir zong khan an ena ti hana chang ta ni chu we should greatly like to go to the States, but here at present we have other plans tian chu States chuan America chuan kalkan cha ka sin ma se tu na hi chuan ti tur tang kan nei ani tian chu khan khapa la khan an dil chu to what plans atia non bak lo khan just plans sir khanin a chang ani engi an plan ka a shil reng lo NICOLA kha nei to lo NICOLA chu kum som pathum chawani mo ke ni aina naw te ma se engwangin nge khatia ha ma an thoa an in po an tui tak tui nai tak kan engam lo poisa an khol na chan kha engi niang le ti ro chu ti taka ha taka an tho chu ma se azot an narrator in azot la khanin plans kan nei an ti ringota ti tur kan nei ani an ti ringota inge kha an hrit chuang lo ani America kalpo chu an cha thau eng wangin nge khatia poi tha takan tho kha kan hret aniang chu then the narrator, he said that they were leaving on Monday, and then he asked if there was anything that he could do for them before they went. Okay, inge niang tho chana kan kal to mei don sia inge intan hian ti sak thei cheu kan nei le tian chu Nicola chu lu thin maya ma se jacopa khanin sir atitani chu every Sunday we make a visit to the country, to Plata, 30 kilometers from here. Usually we hire bicycles, but tomorrow, since you are so kind, you must send us in your car. Atitani chu now zo na ka chuanin kan kal sia thina sin Sunday piang hian helai tanga pa KM som thuma ha polata kan kal thina I motor nen chuan min hruai theiang chu cycle in kan kal thina atiani dik tak ka soi chuanin he narrator hian a driver liugi a kha Sunday chu a motor khat sakangai to long tin a hrit tekani ma se a soi du lo chu Nicola le Jacopo ne na chuanin ka hruaiang chu atitani chu ti chuanin anan ngoi wang Nicola kha anau kha mel ko mai ni athina rin ang reng kho meya ma se he narrator khan min ti ruat boy reng lawania atitani mo min ti boy reng lawatian chu tian ti ta ka chuanin Nicola po kha ani le titani chu. So the following afternoon, they drove to the tiny village. It was set up high upon the hillside. And he said, I imagined that our destination would be humble dwellings. But directed by Jacopo, we drew up to a large red-roofed villa surrounded by high stone walls. I could scarcely believe my eyes. Before I could recover my breath, my 2 passengers had leaped out of the car. Chuanin ani chuan a in chete me ti meang chu ti bak lo muna an kal to na mo ti na kalai chuanin an han khen chuanin chu in chu villa moi tak me stone wall ina a hual kha lo nia ti chuanin makha ti zo khop me ni engpo a thok po lak ma khanin a passenger te pahnih Nicola le Jacopo chun zo ang chua pata ti hanan ti tani we shall not be long, sir. Perhaps only an hour. Maybe you'd like to go to the cafe in the village for a drink. Then they disappeared beyond the corner of the wall. Sir, kan ray don lawania idule salai cafe a village a vakalla in turte po va inla kan ray don lawani atian chu ma se khatian kal nu khanin minute nga mozat nu khanin he narrator khan azui runi chu the translate address atang khan avaluta bel kha va fitrita ta chuanin nu pakhat nen hmunuam deuh mai tarmi pun kha alo kalani chu ti chuanin narrator khan makatilu tuka amita khaphialani a chan chu arin lo mai khanin kong kha ro hongani chu to nge ti chuan nurse pakhat trained nurse uniform par ha lat kong kha hong kha tani chu mi pano pang pani ka ron shwai ni chin lok khan tiani chute ti pe le chan khan lo lu tro Nicola le Jacopo ni chu ka shwayang che atitani chu ti chuanin ina chuanin lu na tur kha entrance hall kha lo ma chuta chuan shwai ta ti chuanin kha villa in nuam mai helai picture kan hmuang hi in pa ngai kha lo ni lawa kha villa kha damdoi ina khanin an lo siam kha lo nia ti chuanin nurse chuanin a shwaya ti chuanin engma ben chen lo tur khan akut kha mui khanin a hupon ron mo anuya chuanin glass partition kha ma khata khan en turin min mo ha te ani chu ti chuan chu ta chuanin mak tek mai chuanin tin nge ja ti chuan the two boys were seated at the bedside of a girl of about 20 who propped up on pillows and wearing a pretty lace jacket was listening to their chatter, her eyes soft and tender. One could see at a glance her resemblance to her brother's. A vase of wildflowers stood on her table, beside a dish of fruit and several books of Italian. Ti chuanin an mu chuan nu pakhat kum som hi bor vel mai kha alu kham ten a lo der tewa kha lo thutung ve a ti chuanin a khum sira te chuanin wildflower lo oma e tur thei te lo oma han en reng khan Nicola le Jacopa sister ti kha a hriat ta reng mai a ti chuan nurse khan i lu ton hlawm ni Lucia po along tang chu tiama se a du lo ni narrator khan a lu thinga khatia hlim taka anin mu kha keina ka vati buai chia khan ka ngai lo ni atia ni chu ma se staircase tira khanin nurse phena khanin hemi ta chan chin kha min hril turin ka ngien ta atia ni mo an chan chin kha hre chak ta ni chuanin kha nurse po khanin alo soi chak mai a ti chuanin an unaw nu Lucia ti lo chu tu ma chung khat lai na Nicola le Jacopo hian an nei lo thu kha soya an pa hi nupui sun to ni widower chu nupui sun to ni chu ti chuan khang hun lai te chuan zai thiam lar ve ta mai ani ma se in do na wang khan in do na khan a thi kat mai ni chu chuanin chumi nu la ka chuanin a khang lai an om na hun kha bom man ron thak ta in om na tur po khan nei to lovani chu hei en hian in kim mai kha an bom chhia ni hei hi German hawin Verona khanin an ron in do khania ti chuanin hemi te una pahni po kha om na tur an nei lo kholai an wa ka ti chuanin he in do ma te chuan an pa a thi ma te phei chuan nun nuam tak khan an om ve ni ma se Lucia and sister po hi zai thiam ni turin training lo lai me kani ma se tuna chuanin hemi te una pathum hi kholaya an omalo ngai ta ni chu khasika ni se votan tuaranga ya ei turan nei manglawa achang chat an tram deuh thoring me ni chu ti chuanin kha enga mozat chu Nicola le Jacopa hianin eng tin mami an omna turan sak thil a hei bomina ti chiat enga mo noi ho khanin an omna tur kha an siam ta ni chu ma se kum thom ngot mai kha German ho khanin he Verona hi an ron op ta ni chu ti chuanin themi te una Nicola le Jacopo po hianin Germans ho kha an ngei em mai ni chu ti chuanin a rup te khan resistance movement an te du lo na movement kha an siam ta chuta chuanin Nicola le Jacopo po hi khami resistance movement a tel ma sapol an ni chu no pangte ni si khan mo ti chuanin in the walo zawa when the war was over and we had peace at last they came back to their beloved sister and they found her suffering from tuberculosis of the spine. At this point, the nurse paused and took a quick breath. So in the one zawa an ral muang ta tia Nicola le Jacopo po chu an lo le te a masat ma se chu ta chuanin he lai a spine mo a nu ru kha a lo chi bi ni ti kha an sheta ni chu ti chuanin an narrator chuan en renga ti hian a ron ti hian ani did they give up I do not have to answer that question. They brought her here, kati nurse kanin, an ngoi deu panga, narrator te kati pat, the nurse kanin, an be dong chutia an sister, TB ve ni ta ka chon an be dem be dong reng lo, ka zo na ka chan ngai lo win hei buang atia ni chu, they brought her here, persuaded us to take her into the hospital. In the 12 months that she had been our patient, she had made good progress. There is every hope that one day she will walk and sing again. Of course, everything is so difficult now, so food so scarce and dear. We could not keep going unless we charged the fee. But Lucia's brother duly made the payment every week. She added, I don't know what they do. I do not ask. Work is scarce in Verona, but whatever it is, I know they do it well. Tok main chu. NICOLA le JACOPO khan khatia udam lo an mukhan. Avan beiton thak ve ti nge na po omlo ti han athi thi in thi me ro se an ti reng lo. Ni china villa dam do in an siam ta ka khanin an vaswai ta an sister kha en kol turin an va ngen ngoi ya an lo en kol sakani. Amai ro chu tur vang bok si thil reng a har sata wangin he mi te unaw po kha har sa hle ma se damdoi in man kha an pe ka ngai tlata ati ma se nurse chon en tinge ti je enge an ti ka shelo ma se an thok tha hle ani karing kar tin hian hin damdoi in man himin ron pe ni atiani khata khanin han top tai la kum som pathum le kum som pahni mi an nia an unaw nu dam nan khan thei pa to pan chwa ti kha lang thei te ro kum khat chung a om to ani chung chuanin kar tin an hlo lak te kha an unaw nu tan khan an dom mangani ti kha khan kan se thei ta a atir khanin narrator khan azo kha ina ti nge bread le fig clear in a hi ka mu in chei mang si lo in cher si ati te khane khang wang khan an lo an unaw nu tan khan te to pan lo chwani mo the john nurse po joining whatever it is I know they do it well enge an thok ka shelo ma se an thok thani ti ka sia te ani narrator po khanin apom le to ka thil soi kha he aya thil tha hi an ti thei chuang lawang ati top me ni mo ti chuanin narrator khanin khatia shet nu kha chuanin pona va chuak ve le te a ti chuanin khopui lam Verona lama khanin ashwai le ta ni chu ti chuan chu mi te unaw chu apula an han thua an tong lem lo ma se keipo tinge ti I did not say a word. I knew they would prefer to feel that they had safely kept their secret atiani chu keipon eng ma ka soilo atiani chu achan chu secret anga an nei ania an unaw nu en kol kha chu wang chon khatianga kaltir ka dur wang khan sia angin ka umdu bik lawani atiani chu ta hianin hei atopa thili kan zia ka war had not broken their spirit. Their selfless action brought a new nobility to human life, gave promise of a greater hope for human society. Then hey NICOLA le JACOPO lem ang tura ka ngai kanda heta hian in tingi ati he mi te unaw hi indo na wang khanin an tumru na te kha atti chereng lo ni chu an ma ni ngai tua an in ngai tua lo reng mi dang ta na thei to an chwa na hianin he mi hring nu na hian in ngai tlom na zia le khang zong song kha mi sia ti ra ni chu atiani chu mo he mi hring kan om na society a po hianin an ni ang an om chung chuanin be sei na omani ti kha mi sia chwa ti ra ni indo na rap thak tak tak ka po har sat na rethe na po mishing pel tak tak kan khotlang ta na beisei na zia min ria chwa thir ni tiani mo kha boina kan zir lai ania kata tang khanin in do na rat thak zia te kan hre thein ka ria a NICOLA le JACOPO po anu thi to si anu apa in do wangin a thi ve le a an omna in zong ti chia ti na oma an pe thei tong na turan sale khania khan ron let le nu pon an unaw nu dam lo ti an riat khan thei top an chwani ke ni ve ang thin lung hi nge kan put te ro kan nu le pa tho chwa sa po kan e zo sak vek lo palange ti hlau ni om ang takin kan oma phut te kan la ne ya kan chung kwa chau chu ni lovin kan ve nga te kan che ve la te khotla nga te eng angin nge kan mission pui te tan be se na hi kan da le te ro tun ang la ya hi chuanin hei kong si ra te po bol lo te om he ka heng ring ot ta chang po hianin in siam that tur kan langa zia le kan khotlang tan kan then tan kan mission pui tan hian tangkai na hi nei lo tam tak hi mu thei ni ma se NICOLA le JACOPO hian gentlemen kan ni thei ni nun dan moi mishing ta ta na kan thei top chhuat ma ni chau in nei to dong mishing kan ni thei ka be se ni so with this in mind I hope that this story will inspire you to be selfless and to love our human beings and to know that if we have any hardship also, those hardship must not break our spirit. Thank you all of you and have a good day.